Hello Sagittarius, welcome to the Manjula Awakening. My name is Kiana, or welcome back if you are an existing subscriber. Your support is valued and appreciated here, guys. And if you're new, I hope that you are able to find some guidance here on the Manjula Awakening. So actually, I want to look at this situation. I want to see why the hell something is going on. We're going to take a look at the situation. We're going to see what you can and cannot do about the situation. We're also going to see what lessons you're meant to learn behind this and what's the likely outcome of this situation. So this is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, as well as Venus. I would also check this out if you have any significant placements in your 9th house as well. So this here is the overall energy, and this is imagination. And the intention coming into this spread is that this is going to heavily link to the lesson that is meant to be learned through this situation. So this is definitely, whatever this crappy situation is for you right now, Sagittarius, there is this energy of it all taking place so that you can begin to get in touch with your inner child, so that you can begin to get outside of your comfort zone. There's something to do with changing your perspective, doing some reassessment of the way that you do partnerships in love. And this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. This is just saying, how do you do community here? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you share your energy? Is it balanced? Is it a fair exchange, or are you over giving, or are you not giving? You know what I'm saying? So there's definitely something about this that is changing and getting you outside of the box. Alright guys, so while I'm getting ready, I'm going to pull the 5 cards off the top and then we'll talk about it. But while we're getting the energy to disperse here, I want to give a few announcements. We are currently less than 200 away from 1,000 subscribers. Once we reach 1,000 subscribers, we are going to give these 3 beautiful decks away, as well as answer some free personal questions. So if you would like to partake in that, we would absolutely love to see you there. The only thing that we ask you to do to be entered into that drawing is to hit the subscribe button. That's it. That is all. Also, guys, on the 14th of March, our 2nd edition for the newsletter will be being released. If you would like to receive that 2nd edition, just send us an email to the ManjulaAwakening.com. Not the Manjula Awakening. It's ManjulaAwakening tarot@gmail.com. Send us an email, subject title it newsletter. Excuse me, and we'll get you put right on that. Now, if you receive the 1st edition, no need to send another email. You'll be right there receiving that. And I pray that you continue to find it helpful, guys. So, yeah, that's that. So let's talk about why the hell this is going on. So the situation right now is, honestly, I feel like that Sagittarius is finding themselves inside of situations that isn't like this. There's something about this situation not being available to feed into you emotionally the way that you need it to. There's something about a situation that was out of balance when it met you, and it is still out of balance. And no matter how much you pour into that situation, I do feel like that it is unavailable right now. There's also this energy of, just this part isn't going to be for everyone, but there's also this energy of going into, I don't know, it's almost, I'm feeling this energy of seeking counseling, you know what I'm saying? Not understanding, like, why do I need to go talk to this shrink with the, you know what I'm saying? They put their pants on just like I do. Why do I need to go speak to them? But there is a need to go and, like, there is something about trying to balance yourself out emotionally after a time of dealing with some unrequited situations that could have caused some emotional damage here. Now, what Sagittarius can do about this situation is the Justice card. And so, this is really saying, look for the lesson here. What you can do about this crappy situation is try to figure out a way to balance out your karma. You know what I'm saying? Look for places where are some injustices that you have the ability to rectify, that you have the ability to balance out. on good morals, right? What you don't get to, unfortunately, what you can't do about it is the Eight of Cups. Meaning, you can't just act like you don't just get to run away from this situation anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is really something that has to be addressed here. Like, it's no more just acting like you're not harboring these emotions or whatever. There's no more avoiding a situation. You have to face something. You can't just avoid it right now. And honestly, I am feeling like, especially because both of these speak about an inner child issue, and this here is your lesson also. So I feel like that in order for Sagittarius to be able to lighten up and really begin to go after their creative spark, and to be able to take on this energetic discovery attitude, like, you can't do it right now, you feel like you don't have the ability to do it right now, is because there is a need to balance out some emotions here. And sometimes, the King of Cups can represent counseling, so you may need to seek counseling, and it may be something that you've been running from for a long time. And also, I want to throw this out there because not everyone believes in counseling, right? But this could be going out there and consulting, finding a mentor, finding someone from the spiritual community that is of like mind like you, and that is non-judgmental, and that can help you, a non-biased opinion, someone that isn't going to be swayed by this emotionally. You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, you can't run away from this anymore. This is saying that this is something that needs to be faced. Now the how the situation is likely to turn out is we do have the Devil card. And so what this is telling me, especially because I don't have reversals here, this is really telling me that there's something that you're going to be releasing. You will be releasing something under this energy. Yeah. And the Sun card right here with the Hanged Man, it's like after gaining a different perspective over something that happened inside of your inner child, that it's like you survived it, but your inner child still doesn't feel safe enough to express themselves because of some damage that occurred within a situation that you did survive. So now it's about going within and really consulting your inner child and seeing what it is that your inner child needs from you in order to feel safe to express itself. Because once your inner child is safe, it feels safe enough to express itself, then it naturally begins to maturate. And once it is able to maturate, it's then able to integrate inside of you, and then you can begin to cooperate and move through your life in wholeness. You know what I'm saying? And not feeling like you're being pulled into two different directions here. But I do feel like that, Sagittarius, you are going to be releasing some darkness here, releasing some wounds. Some wounds are going to be healing here. And there's this sense of renewal that's coming through, that's trying to come through for you with the Sun card, that wanted to stay behind. And I actually think I will leave that in the Hanged Man right here. Now, guys, even if reversals come up, I'll address it. I'm reading this spread intuitively, so let's just roll with it and, have fun. So, let's see. Spirit, since inner child is here, show me exactly what is it that Sagittarius's inner child is in need of right now. What is Sagittarius's inner child need? So, wow, some confidence for sure with the Strength card here at the bottom of the deck. But with these two cards, the Ace of Swords and the Five of Cups. So, this is saying, like, your inner child needs permission to accept that it's no longer, like, what happened in the past is not going to happen anymore. It's like this is making peace with the past, and this is clarity, truth and clarity. So your inner child really needs some truth. Like, there's no more saying, like, no more fantasy stories, no more victimization stories. It's no more villain stories. It's just time to be completely honest with your inner child and by what really took place in the past. It's time to rip off the when things take place, we tell and it's painful, we create a version that is not as painful as the reality. And so it's like your inner child is asking for you to take the Band-Aid off and really keep it real and honest and show it some truth and clarity about what really took place in the past, and then begin to move forward. Once you've gotten to the raw truth of it, now it's time to begin to take small steps in a new direction, because your inner child is looking for a new perspective on the past. That's what your inner child needs, is a brand new perspective on things that took place in the past, so that it's no longer feeling like it's in this protection mode because because your inner child has been a victim for so long. So it is time to set your inner child free from this. So I'm going to go right back to it. Some Sagittariuses may need to seek a counselor or like a mentor or someone to help them break down this energy so that they can come out of isolation and release what's been holding them back here. And it's going to require some strength and some patience. You know what I'm saying? Definitely going to require some strength and some patience, because there's been a lot of discord that this inner child seems to have been holding on to right now. What does justice look like here for Sagittarius? If Sagittarius can do the justice, if Sagittarius can balance these scales out, what does this actually look like for Sagittarius, Spirit? What does this actually look like for Sagittarius? Guys, if you're still with me at 11:30 in, or resonating, or finding some guidance, we would absolutely appreciate a thumbs up down below, as it does help get these messages circulated to other Sagittarians in need. Spirit, what does justice look like here for Sagittarius, for what they can do about this situation? So we have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Pentacles. So there's some discord. There has to be this accepting, and there's definitely this balancing out of some discord within a family dynamic. Okay, like, let's just be real. Your inner child is desiring some type of connection with the family, like with something that is more stable, something that is more solid. Like there's something about your inner child wanting to know its roots, wanting to know where it came from. Okay, and I'm just gonna be honest. There may be a need to, I don't know, maybe you've deemed some of your family as toxic or whatever the case may be, and you kind of like just detached from it and not felt like, maybe you just felt like there was a lot of unfairness that was going on within those connections. Spirit is saying that, there's a need to change your perspective, because, I'm not trying to minimize anyone's, and and this isn't for everyone. Sometimes some people's families can be so daggone abusive and traumatizing that it really is best just to move forward. So I'm not trying to force you back into unhealthy situations. I'm not even trying to force you back into situations even if they're not that unhealthy. What I'm saying is, do allow yourself the closure. Do allow yourself, like, if you showed up inside of those situations in any, like if you went off, or if you spoke a little too sharp on the tongue and shed the truth in a very harsh way, then there may be a need to spin the block and really balance out some of those conflicts, because you never really want to see the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And even though I turned it around in the upright, we're not going to ignore the fact that we did see it in the reverse. And like, there are a lot of contracts that we have in our life, you know what I'm saying? But one thing for sure, and two things for certain: when you were dropped into the contract of your family, there was no mistake. There was no mistake. There were lessons to be extracted from there. There were mentalities to be embedded in order for you to be able to step into your divine purpose. However, some of those, because hurt people, some of those people were hand selected because they had what it took to instill a value in you, but they also had some trauma that they were unwilling to face, and because they were unwilling to face that trauma, it created a traumatic environment for your inner child, right? So now this is about looking at this situation, allowing your inner child the safety and knowing that it's not in that environment anymore. That trauma is no longer in the vicinity anymore. But that inner child does have to go down memory lane in order to be able to extract these lessons now from a different perspective. And that is with your higher self and with your current self now being evolved enough to protect your inner child and to be able to have these healthy boundaries and set some guidelines as you enter into this situation and reviewing this past to extract those much needed lessons in order to gain your wish fulfillment here. Yeah, there was the star card. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff coming your way, Sagittarius, but I do see that there's some harsh truths that Sag must look at as it pertains to what's taking place in their past. Alright, so no more running from it, no more avoiding it, okay? So let's look at this Devil card. This is how this is likely how it's gonna turn out, how it's likely gonna turn out. I do feel like that things are gonna be released. You're gonna be regaining your power, reclaiming your power, releasing these, detaching from these old traumatic thought processes and things like that. But let's take a look and see what's going on. So we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Eight of Wands. You're definitely moving forward, releasing this, and you're going into more abundant things. And because of this, absolutely, you're going into more abundance and balanced energy. And because you're flowing into this energy, it's almost as if, like, even though Spirit is calling you to have patience, it's like these changes that have been a long time coming, they're going to be coming in suddenly. It's like they're going to be coming in unexpectedly. It's like, let's just say, for instance, you're a tarot reader. You're going to walk into, you're going to be invited out with a couple of friends, and they're going to be like, hey, you got your tarot cards? I got some friends over here. They're willing to pay for, if you'll come and do some readings for us. You know what I'm saying? You might walk away, and all you intended on doing was going out and having a good time. And you might walk away from that setting with $150 that you didn't even expect. You know what I'm saying? So things are going to suddenly shift and change for you. But I do feel like that there's some changes that you have to make within a family dynamic, and that's how you're going to be able to release from this stagnation, okay? I'm going to leave that there because I feel like it's pretty clear. Let's get a surrender message, and then close this on out, guys. I like this for Sagittarius. Don't be afraid to go see that therapist if you must. You know what I'm saying? Or go Google a mentor. Google someone, a spiritual guidance counselor in your area. It doesn't necessarily have to be laying on the couch speaking to a shrink type of setting, All right, Spirit, what is this? This could be like an AA meeting or an NA meeting, whatever the case may be. Spirit, what would be the most beneficial energy from the surrender deck for Sagittarius right now? Thank you. So we have surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or a situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you feel energized and happy, move forward. And then, right here, it says surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. Yeah, so there's definitely a need to get in touch with like a mentor here, because I feel like success is trying to come in for you, and it's like once you get balanced out, it's gonna success is gonna be effortless for you. It's gonna be sustainable for a long time, Sag. Beautiful energy. All right, Spirit. Archangel Michael, can you close this message up for Sagittarius? For why the hell this is all happening? That is my daughter's best friend, honey. Their dog loves my daughter. All right, Archangel Michael, what can you give me for Sagittarius to close this message up? Thank you. 2 messages. So we have a 22 card, and it is open your heart. No one is perfect. Stop judging yourself and others and let love heal the situation. You're ready for more. Your career is glowing growing, and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you have been contemplating. So that's what I'm saying, Sagittarius. Stop judging yourself for feeling like you need an outlet to release, to open up, because you have to be able to make space for the sake of making space. Because when you make space and you have no intention to fill that space with anything, the universe fills that with something way better than you could ever imagine. And it's like you're ready for something, but it's like, do you have space for it right now? I feel like that if you seek some type of outside mentorship, then it's going to help you make space for what it is that you're ready for. You just don't have room for it. All right, Sagittarius, I pray. Oh, we had another card. I didn't see this. It says it's almost over. Your current challenges will soon be resolved and you will be able to look to the future with a smile. Absolutely. And then here at the bottom of the deck, it says you will manifest exactly what you need. Stop worrying, Sag. You got this. Worry about getting this inner child to a place of safety and to a place where they are able to mature and to integrate with you as one. Alrighty, Sagittarius, I pray that this message provided you with some guidance on your journey. If this message did resonate, we would absolutely appreciate a thumbs up down below. And in all that we say and in all that we do moving forward, guys, let's choose peace. Love and light, Sag.